Good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world, guys. It's great to see everybody. And if you're watching this on the replay, I hope you get a lot out of it. I've been thinking about a few points that I want to make in here. This was a topic that was suggested to me by a subscriber a long time ago, and I promised him that I would get to it at some point. So, giving a relationship time to breathe, specifically when you're dealing with exes in your life. Now, I live in Southeast Asia. It's a little bit different over here, but I'm just going to go over what's up, Cody. Hey, Robert. Good to see you guys. I'm just going to go over a few basic things that I feel like are super important in relationships. And I'm really going to explain what I mean by letting a relationship breathe. Basically, what I mean by that is just giving it time. Now, this doesn't have to be just a relationship with your ex, okay? This can be a relationship with a friend, with a man, woman, two men, two women, whatever the case may be. It doesn't have to be a intimate relationship that I'm talking about. But what I do mean by breathing is I have found that if you get upset with someone, someone gets upset with you, it is best to just breathe. Let that breathe. I mean that in the metaphorical sense, but I also mean it in the literal as well, because get mad, walk away. Okay. Don't react, respond. If you get upset with someone or somebody does you tremendously wrong and you have a relationship with them, don't take it out on them right then and there when something bad happens to them. That's not a good idea, because you're going to have an emotional reaction, which is not what we want to have. What we want to have is a pragmatic, logical response. Hey, Roger, good to see you, bud. That's what we're looking for. And in order to do that, we need time to breathe. We need time to think. We need time to get our emotions set in stone, or not in stone, but we need time to get our emotions, collectively together. Hey, Derek, good to see you. Bob, good to see you. Glad to see all my members rolling in here, my channel members. I appreciate you guys very much. And Cody, you too. But this is live, guys, in case you were wondering. Please hit the thumbs up button for me if you haven't already. And as I continue on with this breathing explanation, what I mean is put some space and time between you and the person that you're upset with, because there's two reasons for that. One, cooler heads will always prevail. So if you are a person that gets upset and you react immediately, that's going to be an emotional reaction. You're probably going to do something that you regret. And, the fallout from that could be many things. Here in Southeast Asia, for example, there is no getting mad and that kind of thing. Hey, Joseph, good to see you, bud. Good morning to you. So you can't really be angry. You can't really react with an emotional reaction. You're not going to have an emotional reaction with the cop. You're not going to have an emotional reaction with your employer. Those kinds of things are bad. Those are just solid bad moves, and it's not a good thing to do. Well, the same way you would treat your employer, or hey, Frank, just passing through. Have a great chat. I sure will, bud. I appreciate it. Get some rest, man. So you just think of how you would react to someone that, I don't know, of authority, someone that had a weapon or something like that. Hey, oh yeah, Roger's in the house. We knew Roger was here. That's how I think of it. So what I do is I sleep on everything. And when I say sleep on it, I mean I literally give it overnight. So if I'm going to make a really harsh decision, or somebody's done me really, really wrong, somebody's done something to me that makes me feel inadequate, less than, betrayal is something we deal with, particularly with ex relationships. So let's say you have, this is a hypothetical, of course, but let's say there is a girl you've been seeing. I'm saying a girl because I'm just using a girl example, girl or guy, whatever. There's somebody you've been seeing, and that person you just learned was seeing somebody else at the same time they were seeing you. Of course, you're going to be upset. Do you react to that? Now, let's say they're living with you at the time when you find out that they're seeing somebody else. That person and your partner comes home that night like nothing, just like normal, and she's expecting or he's expecting whatever your sexual orientation is. You're expecting your partner to come home and act normal. So you got two choices at that point. Hey, Mike. Good morning, man. That's funny. I love it. And I liked your story on Facebook too, by the way. That was very good. But when they come home that night, are you going to blow everything out of proportion? Are you just going to set off and blow it all up? I probably would say no. That is not a good idea. What you need to do is either do one of two things. Say, you know what? I'm not feeling so well. I'm going to go out for a little bit, or I'm feeling great and I'm just craving a burger down the street, and just go out and kind of clear your head a little bit, come back in, chill out, and wait until you've slept on the information that you have until the next day. Because the next day, I promise you, the conversation that you have with that person will be a very different conversation than the conversation you would have had that night. I assure you, because you've had time to sit down, you've had time to think, you've had time to process, which is really important. And more importantly, you've had time to process your feelings, because that's where we all get caught up in a bunch of rage and all just where everything goes to waste is in our emotions. And if we allow it to go on, then that animosity that we have can turn to hatred. And let me tell you something about hatred. Hatred will consume you. When people talk about resentment that they hold, they're renting space in your head that you don't need to give up. And that's why you have to let it breathe. You have to let it breathe. At some point in time, you got to sleep on it, so you can make a better decision. Now, what decision are you going to make? That's up to you. That's up to you. Do you make a pragmatic? For anybody that don't know what pragmatic means, that means a sequential process. So you think, if I do this, then this, then this, then this, then this, you will know kind of where your future stands with that person, right? Or where your future stands with the decision you made. This could be an employer. This could be anybody. It could be a government official. Could be anybody, or it could be a friend, just a friend that's made you mad. Don't make an emotional reaction. Just don't do it. Don't do it. I'm telling you, an emotional reaction is bad. A logical, pragmatic response is good. Filtho says, can't let people alter your balance. That is just giving them your power. It's good to respond, but usually bad to react. 100%. 100%. 100% agree. I couldn't agree more, actually. So the next time you find yourself having to deal with an ex, or deal with the employer that you don't like, or deal with a friend that has gotten on your last nerve, remember this. There is a lot of power in walking away, guys. There is a ton of power in walking away. Okay. So, hypothetical, you find out that the person you've been seeing has been seeing someone else, like I was saying earlier. There's a lot of power in just walking away from that relationship, because at that point, trust is probably out the window. And even if it's not, it's going to be temporarily, and it's going to make for a very bad living situation. So, I would encourage everyone to remember to when you have a fallout with a friend, with a lover, with a partner, with a employer, whatever the case may be. I want you guys to remember, pretty please remember, to give it some breath. Just give yourself some breathing room. No matter what you have to do, move this way, move that way, it doesn't matter. Just give it some breathing room. Bob says, hopefully that power doesn't hit you in the back. That's true. Crap, carrying resentment about people. Yeah, I've heard that term, Mike. I've heard that term many times, and that's exactly what it is. If you don't give it time to breathe, you may make a reaction, and that reaction may hurt more than your initial the initial pain you felt from when a friend betrayed you, or when a ex betrayed you, or that kind of thing. So if you allow yourself to carry resentments for the person, then you're carrying crap, which is a very good point, Mike. The other thing I wanted to say is there is a lot of power in freedom. Okay, so if you are attached to a person, an employer, a friend who you know is just not the right person to be in your life, no matter what the situation. Like I've said before, if you take the average of 5 people you spend the most time with, that'll be your character. Okay, so if you take the character of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, the average of that will likely be your character. And if there is somebody in there that is bringing your character down, you got to walk away. You have to walk away. And you do it for self-preservation, not for selfishness. There's a big difference there. Tim says, give it time to breathe. If after it has breathed and you still feel the same way about the situation, it's time to leave. 100% agree. 100% agree. Decisions are our responsibility as humans, and making good ones is something we have to practice. We're not just born knowing how to make good decisions. Some of us aren't even raised knowing how to make good decisions. We have to learn over time. Filtho says, plus time and cool mind keeps to plan and alibi. Just kidding. Dig the hole. Yeah. Don't dig the hole. Don't make the hole any deeper than it already is, guys. Don't make the hole any deeper than it already is. So either walk away, give it time to breathe. If you can if you can sleep on it and give it time to breathe, and then have a conversation with your friend or your employer or your ex or your partner, whatever the case may be. If you can do that, sit down and have a cooler heads prevail type attitude, you would be surprised at just how successful you may be in terms of the conversation that you have, where nobody gets tremendously hurt, nobody gets really upset, and things can be worked out, guys. It can happen. I promise you, things can be worked out. They will be worked out. It just depends all upon whether or not you are willing to give your relationship time to breathe. And with that being said, this is going to be a shorty because MedTech, yep, you're late, but that's okay, bro. You can go back and watch the replay. So this is only going to be about a 15-minute vlog because I have to go into work later today. And I got a few things I need to do to get prepared to go in for that. But I wanted to make sure that I got this out for you guys. Feel free to comment about it in the comment section as soon as the video is processed, which won't take long. Remember, guys, channel memberships are available for those of you that are not a member. And we now have the emails up and running. Everything's working fine. I just posted a picture this morning to the member section. I posted some more content ideas that they get to vote on or get to suggest yesterday. All good stuff. And as always, anybody who contributes via PayPal or Super Chat, love you and appreciate it because the money goes a long way. Been practicing with my new camera. Tomorrow's a holiday. We're going to have a live stream in the morning. And then I'm going to go out and do some vlogging on the streets of Bangkok or places in Bangkok. Yeah, thanks, Met Tech. I appreciate that. It definitely already has it filled the void. Let's put it that way. So I was very happy with the camera, and am very happy with the camera. It's really a professional camera, and I did not think they made a Micro Four Thirds professional camera. It's all good, Bob. No worries, man. No worries. I'm just glad you were here. I love sarcasm. I have no problem with it. So, with that being said, love you guys. Do More Life fam. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, this channel is dedicated to travel, fun, photography, and education. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. Whatever you do today, find a way to do more life. And not only find a way to do more life, find a way to do more life differently than you did yesterday. That's it. See you guys. See you, Robert.